Hello, YouTube. Okay, this is part 2 of my experiment results video for my black flame ignition meditation experiment using J.D. Temple's method. I'll try to put a link in the description. I'll try to see if I remember. But this is part 2. I talked about the day for part 1 and the first day in the last part. And as you can see, like, a lot happened then. So I'm going to try to make this a little bit faster this time round. So on day 2, let's see, day 2, I did the same meditation, but for those of you who saw like the initial thing, not the last video, but the initial thing introducing the experiment, introducing my thoughts on having done it, I did it in ritual with Lucifer, and I used blood as both an offering and a gateway opener. For day 2, I did not use blood, I did not use a ritual, I just did a meditation. And even at day 2, I was able to feel the pulsation at the inner black flame area, the spot in your root chakra, where you'll feel it ignite without even needing a deep trance. It is very powerful, and I was able to really work up a lot of great energy for that. On day 3, I did the same thing, but laying down. Now, as I mentioned in my last video, the differences here are going to include ritualistic differences, whether different spirits or different positions. There we go. Couldn't think of the word real quick. Different positions to actually apply the meditation and checking energy flow, see how it affects me and such. So I did it laying down, and I liked the energy flow of the alignment of my chakras and everything like that, but I did think that doing the whole thing was a bit distracting. Now, if you give it some time, then you may be able to relax into it and everything of that nature, laying down and have a nice energy flow going. But at that point, I definitely liked sitting up more. Overall, I like sitting up more, but we'll get there. Day 4 was an interesting day. Day 4, I did a ritual with Belial, and I wanted to see what effect it would have if I did rituals with different spirits, different demons. So I did a ritual with Belial. There was blood involved for offering and gateway and such, as he proctors this, and that was a ritual that was highly anticipated, and I could feel, and my partner that I was talking to beforehand could feel the calling from him and from the spirits for me to go do my ritual. Now, sometimes they will get like pestery and pokey, like, hey, you should do this. You need to do this. I want to talk to you. Come here. Let's do this. They'll do that kind of thing. And depending on what it is, it might be more urgent. It might be more like, get the fuck in here and do this. Or it's just like, hey, I kind of want to talk to you. Can I talk to you now? So it was more like, it wasn't really urgent, but it was like, okay, let's do this right now. And interestingly enough, now I've had times where I've seen symbols appear in different places. Like, for an example, I have seen the Celtic Triskelion symbol appear within the foam of freshly brewed sweet tea. As I was stirring it, it formed in the foam, and I'm like, oh, that's definitive. And another one, actually, and hail Satan, as I say this, I was making candles. I believe it was yellow candles at the point when this happened. I had dyed the wax and stirred it in and everything, and there was bubbles on top. Since, I just got done stirring, creates air and puts air into the mixture, and that forms at the top. So I shit you not, the bubbles had formed into the sigil of Baphomet, or the goat of Mendes satanic symbolism thing. Like, I saw it clear as day. It wasn't there long enough for me to get a picture of it. I wanted to, but it, like, all of it just kind of popped and dissipated into the wax before I could. But I felt that as like a call towards Satan, and I guess he was saying hi. But I've seen other pentagrams and other things of that nature too. But the thing that I saw, which I took as, and my partner also took as a, you should come do your ritual now, kind of a call, was, you see I have my hair up in a ponytail currently. I had it down as I normally would, especially if it's cold, as that's one perk of having long hair, long thick hair. It is like your own personal scarf slash hood and slash coat, or coat collar, whatever. keeps everything warm, especially if it's down your back. My hair goes all the way down my back, so it helps. But I had it down. I'm also a hair twirler, you can see. So oftentimes my hair will come like this into strands, and they'll kind of stay like that for a little while until I brush it, or I mess with it, or pull it out or anything, because I'd just like drop it after I've twirled it, and it kind of holds shape a little bit. But you'll get those kind of little clusters, and I had some small clusters there, and I kind of like just was looking down like this or so, just randomly, because I was on the phone and I was about to wrap up. I'm like, well, I think I should get to doing my ritual now. I think this is a pretty definitive sign. I actually saw a pentagram, not a pentacle, a pentagram form out of the strands of my hair, the angle I was looking at that, clear as day. Really impossible to get a picture of that because of my angle and how close it was to my face, and moving would have messed it up, which it did, but it was very definitive. And when I did that ritual, it was very powerful, very strong. The energy was very potent, and I was actually given a gift in that ritual. Now, I will do another video talking about that gift probably in a few days, within like a day or two, maybe. I don't know. But because I'm still working on how I want to do that video and finalizing things with it, because this is something I've never actually had happen before. And I was astonished. I was amazed. And holy shit. So there's that. And again, we have a very high concentration of sexual energy during a sexual offering sort of a scenario, like what happened on the first day, but this time it was not with Lucifer, it was with Belial. And that was very intense, and just, wow, holy shit. But it was very intense. It was very high energy, very, very high potency built up into all of that, and it was very strong. Let's see, day 5. Day 5, sitting up, blood, and I worked with Lilith this day. This one put me into a deeper trance than the other ones. I mean, I had lost complete track of time for probably over 40 minutes. And because I'll use incense sticks and light them as ambiance or an offering or something. And generally my incense sticks burn about 50 minutes to maybe an hour on average. And I was maybe 5 minutes or 5-10 minutes in when I really started the meditation after I had begun the ritual. And like, I closed my eyes and everything. I had everything going and the flame going and every stuff. And I just so happened to open my eyes and the incense was completely burned out. I don't know how for how long, but it was gone. And it was a very deep, deep trance. So, there was that. That was very potent. Day 6. Day 6, I actually wanted to try this before. I did actually go to sleep not too long after my ritual with Lilith on day 5, but I didn't have much of effect. It was only a small nap, but I wanted to know what happened before you actually go to sleep. So actually what I did was, and I didn't light the candle for this. Please, fire safety people, don't light candles and go to sleep. Please try to avoid doing that, especially if you have a candle like this or something freestanding. Like, anything could knock this over, especially if you have trickster spirits or spirits that want to fuck with you, burn your fucking house down. Don't give them an avenue. Don't make it easier on them. So don't do that. So I did not, and I was laying down, obviously, and I did the meditation and everything, the visualization, and was repeating the mantra in my head. That actually gave me very strong dreams. And there's another thing I have noticed: more vivid dreams, an increase in astral senses and intuition, divination abilities, and my ability to see clairvoyantly, see spirits, definitely has increased over this time. And yeah, energy levels. Okay, we're coming up on 11.5 minutes. I think I can do this quickly, hopefully. All right, so day 7. I did this in ritual with Lucifer again, but I did it differently. I did not use blood this time, and I did it standing up. And standing up, it's the same thing as laying down on day 2. It has a bit of a distraction sort of a feeling, unless you really get into trance, but you have to, be a little attentive, because if you can't get too deep or else you fall over. Don't want to fall over and fall into your altar, fall into the fire, whatever. Or just fall, you hurt yourself. So I liked the energy flow of it, definitely, and the grounding power of the pre-meditation setup that you do with everything. I liked that, and it was very strong. It was very potent even without the blood. I would recommend doing it the first time in a ritual setting, or at least with blood, as basically like a symbol that this is my signature. Open me to this power and let it be done. As you remember, this does not get reversed. This is something that once you do, there is no going back. And you will not regret this. My next experiment for this is going to be doing this every day after I wake up for the day, because this is a very energizing meditation. I did notice I had a lot of weird sleeping habits. I mean, I'd do this when I was tired and be completely awake after, and then I'd be awake for hours. I mean, there were days where I only got 5 hours of sleep consecutively. Then there was one I got 3.5 hours of sleep. And after that, I actually got to catch up on sleep. So, I'm not sleep deprived anymore for now, at least. But it was strange. I hadn't been able to stay up like that since I was younger. So, very interesting stuff. It's very energizing and very uplifting, very powerful. I definitely recommend trying it. But the next experiment will be doing it daily after I wake up and seeing how that affects my day. So I will see about reporting on that in about a week's time, maybe more, and we'll see where I am. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful, and I hope you watch the other 2 videos with this as well, so this all makes sense and such. So yes, please do light your inner black flame. Go on ahead, and if you have not tried it yet, please do. I encourage you. You will not regret it. Hail Satan, hail Lucifer, hail Azazel. And Azazel is another one I'm actually wanting to try this with more so in a ritual setting, and I haven't tried it yet, but I would really like to sometime soon. I'll probably do that sometime this week. So we'll see. Now, as I always say, if you're looking for tarot or spells or anything of that nature, check out the link in the description below for the Facebook page. My partner and I can set you up. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, leave them in the the comments. Descriptions where I leave things down below, and I will talk with you very soon. I love you all. Blessed be. Mary part. Hail everything.